playing on Primordial Tyrants today. It's gonna be figuring stuff out, kind of. I did see yesterday that they put out an update for the lighting and a couple of the other abilities they had forgot to fix. And the lighting looks so much nicer on the map now. It's less saturated, but it kind of just feels nicer for some reason. It's a little bit more relaxing, and it's a Mitri right next to where I spawn. Oh well. Don't really lose anything if I die, honestly. Oh, and it's going for an 80 by the sounds of it. Okay, let me just get this stuff set up. Okay, speed for now. Put that in. Mending call. Kill attack. Just for now. Usually I keep my tail attacks on right click for my key binding, but the reason I don't have it on right click is because I'm going to replace that with the turn radius boost whenever I can unlock that. I took a swim and I just saw some flowers and button missions. I think that up here. Oh, Yuty collects very quickly. Just remember that I like to switch off of global chat because frankly I don't trust what people will say. So since like the AD beat the Metri enough that the Metri backed off, just judging by the stomps. Well, there really aren't any flowers. I haven't found the flower patches yet. I think I did go the wrong way from where they usually are. But I kind of was expecting to find more than I did around here. I don't know where they are. Oh, Birchwoods is one of the new areas in the map, right here. Yeah, because this whole area used to all be the exact same thing. And so they cut this chunk out and made it Birchwoods. That's cool. I have actually seen Birchwoods too. I tested stuff out on the PTB last month when it was just basically brand new. Birchwoods was one of the places that ended up having something spawn in. Wasn't bad at all. Okay, the quest did autocomplete. Sometimes the quests don't like to autocomplete. This is the way that I'm going about it. Button mushrooms roar. Yeah, there are definitely enough here now for flowers and all that. Tendon rupture. What tendon rupture does is essentially, well, it's Forest base bone river was. I don't know what it is now. Essentially, though, the ability is actually kind of gruesome for a name. Just if you don't know, tendons are they're big ligaments, which are a type of muscle, and for instance, in your lower leg from your knee down to your heel, there is something known as the Achilles tendon, which is a long elastic muscle, and that can get pulled pretty easy. And what this ability is saying that Yutyranus does is it's saying yuty is essentially biting the tendon of something's leg, and essentially kind of disabling their movement for a little bit. I think that was a Lambia that I just heard, but it was quiet. I almost didn't see these mushrooms. So the prompt popped up for half a second. Oh, it's got it. I should probably put on some quiet music. Abilities. I should have marked my music, I don't know. If I do it, it'll just be on the stream. Or hopefully it'll just be on the stream. I think that I set it up right. Oh, I hear an Alberta fighting something right there. The 80 still, maybe? That 80 sounded right. That's a Metri. It just got flattened. I don't really need to bother with that stuff. To Birchwood side, yeah. Really? That rock stopped me, huh? Okay. I know Yuty's not a very good swimmer, but I should still be able to make it across. But Yuty's oxygen train is very fast. Uh-oh. I think I'm still good. But barely. And while I'm getting my stamina back, I'm gonna go try and set some stuff up real quick. Or figure some stuff out. Hmm. Yeah, I can figure that stuff out later. I gotta check some stuff before I forget. Okay. Right here. It does kind of baffle me how fast baby Yuty runs. Almost forgot. Gotta put on that. I will say, I haven't played Yuty that much, mostly because of how new it is. But, I don't know. I kind of like playing Yuty. I like fighting with Yuty anyway. It's decently fast, it's got good agility, it's got one decent amount of tools in its cache as well. I thought I had a respiteful call. No, that's stamina. Got it. 400, 400, 700. That's expensive. Yeah. There it is. Okay, Yutyranus. That shouldn't be too difficult here. I haven't explored this area much, I just kind of looked at it for a couple seconds. I like this area already. I've always been a sucker for, like, kind of open forest like this, where there's good bush cover and a lot of variety in the landscape, but it's not oppressive to the point where you don't know where you're going because you can't see the horizon through all the trees. Even this can sometimes be okay if there's like markers in the landmarks in the forest. This game doesn't have the same issue that the Isle has of, you know, not having a mini map, so it makes it hard to see where you're going. It needs to get turned around. Oh yeah, I just realized they also updated the actual big map itself visually, so you can see that stuff now. I wonder how goofy does this thing sound as a baby at this size? Yeah, still sounds completely goofy. Yeah, I can't hear the waystone stuff from around here. Wait, really? Oh, this area is small, I think. Or at least most of it is. It's heavy forest. Maybe they finally put in a quest for those mushrooms considering how many of them there are? I hope they did. Where's the other types of mushrooms? I was just here, wasn't I? Yeah. Looking to collect them, but this is literally right there. Any more over here? Oh, they changed the animation on the cloud side for Yuty. At least I think they did. Seems a little bit faster. Now I'm going to kind of up there. The Yuty has decent fall resistance. That's surprising. I thought I'd for sure take damage from that little drop. Here we go. They do have that mushroom quest as a thing. Plus there are a ton of red ginger flowers around here, which is interesting because red ginger flowers, sorry, yeah. The red ginger flowers, they only give you 3 flowers per right now, and they take forever to refill because they used to give you 9, but the developers decided to lower it. I need stem. Yeah, I can upgrade that now. This gem looks like a watermelon. And knowing my eyes, I'm probably gonna have a really hard time finding these last couple of these mushrooms now. There's some right here. Good to see that these finally have a purpose. They aren't just decorative. Already sounding a whole lot larger for the bite on this yuty. Lakeweed. Lakeweed. The only water source I can see is this tiny little pond right here. So unless it wants me to go to the river, I don't know what to do about that. That's weird. There's 3 right there. Let's see. Oh, there's another call I should get, which will probably be one of these 2 times. I don't plan on grouping up, really. The pack buff. I'll trade the Danish Ruffler to be super great. Guess I'm going to the river then. I'll stop by that Critter Burrow on the way. Get some food. Get some quest progress. I'll probably be going back to that area to get the other quest done. Adolescent now. Anything new? A metabolism. Fruit roots. Lowers food and water drain or increases it? That's the real question. I'm not entirely sure. Although, I know that I can put this on now. Here's a good question to people. What is your favorite playable in Path of Titans right now? And if you can't pick one, give me like 2 or 3. Personally, I like sarcos. What's it called? Styracosaurus, and how's my brain showing me so bad right now? Megalania. Although Mega's not as favorable as it used to be, I still like it. And if I have to pick one more, I'd probably pick Pentro again, because Pentro's finally fun again after like a month and a half of being basically dead meat. I hear something. Well, they're wary, because they heard me walking around up here. Sounded like Yasuko to me, or an aloe. But I don't know for sure, because I can't see past all these bushes. Just realized that it's dark out. When did it become night? I was not paying attention. Sounds like they're on the other side of the river. It could also be a Rex. But it sounds too fast to be a Rex. Unless it's... Actually, no, it can't be a Rex. Stego Alisuko are my guesses. Not very worried about a Stego. I'm worried about the other 2 a little bit. Not that I saw a tail. Any liquid in this river? There's some on the other side. That's fun. Back onto a Yuty. I really don't know why, but I like Yuty's bite attack a lot. It might just be the way that I tend to use attacks, because I came from the Isle a long time ago, and I'm more used to dragging bites through hitboxes than anything else. And in fact, I'm usually better at landing attacks that have a lingering hitbox and hitting stuff with them than I am at outright, you know, hitting stuff immediately. That's another thing I do with Kentro is I like to hit them with the delayed part of the swing from the tail, because it just feels easier to me. Oh boy, Shellfish Quest. It shouldn't be too terrible though, because I'm right here. I was actually thinking about playing Ophis today, but Ophis is not enabled on this server right now, and I don't actually know if it's enabled on any server right now, because it's getting an update very soon. The team that makes the Ignis mods, which are at the moment Ophis and Noviana, also make Primordial Tyrants. And they reworked Novi not too long ago. They even model new animations, couple new abilities, all that. They're doing the same for Ophis, which is nice. Yeah, I figured it would be this kind of deal for the quest stuff. Can't get up that too big to jump very high now. I'll grab Sugar Tooth for now, try and figure it out later. Grab both of these as well for when I grow into that slot. Well, that jumped with like half my stamina. Because Yuty can't jump as an adult. And I'm basically at the end of the size that I can jump. I'm stuck. Stamina time. I'm actually gonna try Sugar Tooth out and see if it drains my Hundred burst faster or slower, because instructions are unclear. And I'm curious. I'm not too worried about this Yuty either, because I'm pretty fast, and... Is it fruit and nuts, or is it just fruit? Fruit and roots, okay. And that makes sense. It's probably faster, just judging by what it usually is. But you never know. There aren't any roots in this area as far as I can tell, and I don't think there's any fruit either. Oh, I can immediately dig this back up, nice. And I can grab a bunch of those flowers in a second too. Those blood mushrooms are nice. Yes, I know that the growth is stopped because I'm digging. I'm too close to that stick. What are the chances that it's the exact same color? The exact same design as the last time I dug it up. Usually they randomize. That could just be a coincidence or something. That's cool. Alright, that's set. Right, that's all of those done. Now I just need flowers. Wait a minute. There you go. gonna say, wait, that's only 8 and there's 3 points, so I ended up not picking one out. But I think it's time to switch subspecies. Stamina. There we go. Because Yuty's already plenty fast. Having more stamina means I can just go for longer. Even if it's less attack, I'd rather do a little bit less damage this size than take more damage. End up being screwed over. That's why it's failing, because I went the wrong way. Oh well. Not that hard to get back. What a lovely noise. I wonder, does this still work? Oh, Yuty sounds absolutely giant at this size. Already sound like a subadult or an adult Yuty, you know? Like 2 rise into adolescent. NEB is a good try. I forgot about that. Again. Getting around. I still need more time to actually figure out if this diet is slower or faster hunger drain, but it's hard to tell. I can just sneak down here. Then we can just go south to the next area. Keep going through the whole map, basically. Yoink. Oh, this one I have to autocomplete, okay. That one didn't autocomplete, rather. I noticed that. I have every unlock except Scavenger, because Scavenger is worthless. And the hides, because they're not available for me to pick up yet. But before I go to the next area, I'm gonna get some water. I should have done it while I was up there, but forgot. I hydrate in real life too. Remember, stay hydrated. I can't believe I forgot that. A lot of the mods now have made it so that carnivores have a blood effect on their mouth after they eat. Yuty is no exception. I think the only one that doesn't from Primordial Tyrants right now is Ophis, because it's getting an update anyway. They're gonna put it on the new model. And I know the 2 Edmontosaurus mods both have the same effect. Yeah, they updated this area. I forgot about that. Awesome. There's something. It's an Amarga. Awesome. You're gonna be seeing a lot more Amargas now, because Amarga's only downside is that they kind of get trounced by Rex and Spino. But you can outrun a Spino pretty easy on Amarga if you're not near the water. Plus it's a speed Spino. Even you'll give one a good fight. Amarga's tough right now. Real tough. Amarga would be better if they actually fixed the AoE on stomp attacks and Enno's Tail Slam to be an AoE instead of just a visual effect for it. But they're getting there. I hope that there aren't any tiger nuts spawned in those bushes, because I will not be able to see them. be fair, Yutyranus World is kind of rare in this area, because you have to know where to look for them usually. Oh, this is one for the colors. You need it. And look what it's nice. You get a snack and you get some enhance request progress. I'm almost certain that the one second. Almost certain that the that diet does indeed reduce the hunger drain. Hunt herbivores. Oh, the new quest, okay. Sorry, brain slow. I may unlock Scavenger at some point, but it's generally just not worth unlocking Scavenger on almost anything. Oh, would you look at that? 5 minutes right here. And yeah, you can see the red lipstick the Yuty has right now. The natural lipstick. I do think that the blood or lipstick effect, whatever you want to call it, looks pretty good on Yuty. It doesn't look that good on Giga, because Giga's an older model, and well, it's excessive on Giga, let's just say that. Sol Rocks. That's been a long time since I've seen a quest that left some of those outside of Pride Lake. Wow. That's surprising. Where are they? I don't know where they are. They're somewhere, that's for sure. My guess is they're near other rocks. Don't see any Soul Rocks down there. Ooh, my skin's starting to shed in even more than just the little bit of red in my cheek. You see the green on my belly. Also, you're going to note that Yuty does seem to be a slow shedder, is what I'd call it, where throughout growth stages, different dinosaurs shed their baby skin for their adult skin at different intervals. Some of them, like Dinotyrus, shed very quickly. For Dinotyrus, it basically keeps its baby skin until it's subadult, and then right before the last 2 bars before sub, it sheds a little bit in, and then by the time that it's halfway through sub, its adult skin is almost all the way in. Magdalena keeps its baby skin pretty substantially until you're subadult, and when you're subadult, even still, it'll still keep the markings until you're almost adult. It's wild. Whereas, a different example. I can't think of one off the top of my head right this second because my memory is not that great. Don't know what that is, and I got kind of lowish then. It's just the Amarga again, okay. Amarga is a good example of one that does shed pretty rapidly, it seems. Because Amarga, you can clearly see most of its adult skin through, even at halfway through adolescent. And at subadult, it's just got the white little dots, which makes sense because brighter colors tend to shed in or out. They shed in more rapidly, and they shed out less rapidly. I wonder where the Soul Rocks are. If there even are Soul Rocks in this area anymore at this point. Those are just normal rocks. Wait. Let's get some stamina. We'll see. Primordial Tyrants does an amazing job with their designs. They improved so much. Because Primordial Tyrants, way back in 2017, used to do skin mods and a couple other creature mods for the Isle. They were, in fact, I think the first ones to make separate creatures for the Isle, and they made they weren't exactly fully new models, but they were reskinned creatures. They were reskinned creatures with extra effects like the Volcano Rex, a Thunder Utah, an Abyss Spino, that kind of stuff. It was a long time ago. You can still find videos of it, probably. Are there assault rocks here? I hope there are. Also, a little bit of a voice crack there, I think. Jeez. There they are on the other side. Oh. I should not have jumped. Jumping took like a quarter of my stamina and barely gave me any height. I was going to just sit down right there, but I'm right near a home cave for one. Secondly, I know for a fact I'm not far enough away from the wire to stand up if I sit down and there's a sarco. So yeah. Just trying to get some distance. Although there's some salt rocks up here and all that. Now this area I don't think got touched for visual stuff. There might be salt rocks here, I don't remember. I never really paid attention to them because there weren't an active quest. Look at how lovely the Yutyranus sits. So proper. It's just like a distinguished gentleman. Ignore the walleyes. That is just a normal thing for dinosaurs. Well, it is a little bit weird that Yutyranus has them of all things because it's a tyrannosaur, and most tyrannosaurs had binocular vision, decent binocular vision, Rex especially. I can get the adult signs for walking now. I'm not exactly sure where the flowers would be. Not flowers, salt rocks would be. I think they're off some. I think they're off here. Maybe going a little too far, because this whole area is through green hills. But map update, you know? Right. Going for some stamina. I do not see it. Go to Grand Plains. Grand Plains did get updated, but can't say I'm tempted to go to Grand Plains. Oh, that's there now. Increased speed by 7.5%. Interesting number. Increased stamina recovery rate, bleed healing rate. I'm gonna pick bleed healing for now. But you know, we're gonna do stamina. Respiteful Call is just good. Cost stamina to use, but it will give it back pretty fast. Honestly, I do like that. Yeah. The mod devs decided to make Yuty more of a pack healer or a pack buffer. it kind of seems like a little bit of inspiration from Arc Yuty with its whole courage roar and fear roar gimmick, but at the same time, it's very unique to this game, and it's very unique in other ways where instead of just being a straight up buff spammer, Yuty has a long cooldowns on its buffs, and because it has so many, aside from Tyrant's Roar, they're not insane. Coagulating Call, I think, is still the same as Para's Coagulating Call. I know Yuty's Heal Call is not as good as Lambio's, which is fair. Oh, I don't remember seeing this. That's cool. And Respiteful Call is unique to Yuty, which is neat. Yuty paired with a Venom user and something like a Rex or a Giga or a Spino would be really good because I know Giga has a ton of stamina. Rex and Spino don't have that much stamina. This is going to be a little bit tricky getting down. I do not know if I can get down there. I don't know if I can get back up though. I can, okay, good. Yeah. The reason I'm thinking Respiteful Call might be good with a Venom user, which is Metri or Meg, mostly, and an Apex is... The Apex is there for damage and bulk. Yuty is there for kind of being like a, I guess, a coyote kind of, where it chases stuff down and it kind of nips at them to kind of panic them or slow them down. And then the Meg or the Metri will run and apply Venom to make it harder for them to run away. And of course, I think that Giga or Spino would probably be better than Rex because not only are both of them faster than Rex, so it's easier for them to keep pace overall, but they have the added advantage of bleed, whereas Rex just does raw damage, which Yuty and Meg already do a good chunk of. Yuty especially does have decent raw damage for its size. Nothing crazy, it's not fast crushing bite or Suko damage, but it's better than the mid tiers, which makes sense. Time to see how good Respectful Call is. Looks like about 10% stamina for like triple stam regen. That's really good. Wow. Yeah, after using that call, I was at like 35% stam, and I'm gonna get to full easily. That's amazing. It's only a minute 30-second cooldown too, that's really good. That is truly an exceptional ability. It's not overpowered because you can't really use it while running, because it's stamina regen, not gives stamina. But it's pretty good if you, it's pretty good for just general traveling, and it's pretty good if you lose something or need to keep pace with something, and you're not the only thing chasing it. Again, it's a great pack buff. And of course, Yuty's healing buff has a long cooldown because it's so good. It's not as much of a heal as Lambio's because when it was a problem, but it's still good. Claw slap. Claw slap. That's another thing I admire about this particular mod. They made a Tyrannosaur with big arms and claws. I think that's really cool. Because Yuty's not exactly a Tyrannosaur. It's not a Tyrannosaurid like T-Rex, and it's not an Albertosaurian like Albertosaurus or Gorgosaurus. Instead, it's a Tyrannosauroid, which essentially means that it's a close relative of the Tyrannosaurus, and in fact, it's like the ancestor of the Tyrannosaurus, but it itself is not considered that group. I think that's interesting. But yeah. I legitimately have Scavenger, which I'm just not going to bother unlocking, and there's skins left to get for Yuty. I am really glad and sad that they changed the mark claiming for quests at this point, because tiny little bird right here. Here, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Maybe quets. But yeah. I'm glad that they changed it, because then you don't have to go click the quest and then claim everything. But I am sad that you can't just store the quest for growth. I think only 2 more quests. I think I only need 2 more quests to get adult with the boosted growth. This area got a little bit of a texture update too. There's more sand and less dirt. That's cool. And there's the stamina buff. There you go. Just letting that come back. That is one huge thing that this game has that most don't as well, especially dinosaur games. You have build customizability, because you can run bleed and damage buff call, you can run heal and bleed call, you can run heal and stamina, you can run stamina and bleed, stamina and damage, all that. There's so many different combinations for the calls alone on Yuty. Then of course you can run them with stamina build Yuty, defense build Yuty, balanced Yuty, speed Yuty. But you can have the build I have right now, which is basically just resilience. I got more stamina, I got stamina regen, I got health regen. You got speed Yuty, where you can take you can take stamina and damage, for instance. Oh yep, this lake is actually, that used to be here. Are there multiple water refill spots in this area? That's interesting if there are. Need another drink of water. There we go. That is something that I've found people tend to be confused about. It's it's like hydration in general. I confuse myself with hydration because some days I can drink like barely anything and be completely fine. Other days, I'll drink like, I don't know, like, how much? I don't know how much water my drinking thermos holds right now, but it's a good amount. I'll drink like 4 of those some days, if not more than 4. This quest is gonna be done pretty quick. There we go. Sadly, it's water refill quest, which is oh so fun. Are there roots in this area? No. There's not melons either for that quest. I should probably go eat the roots in the other area. I can go back to Dry Lake and eat the roots there. And then kind of wrap around the south of the map. Although this area does kind of work decently well for camo for me. What a little goofy call. Here's the real question. Can I eat can I eat these berry bushes? Find out next time. Nah, I can't. Didn't think so. Just sure your tooth doesn't specify, it says fruit, which is not what those are. Berries are fruit, but those particular bushes don't count. I just kind of wander around here for a little bit. Just see what's up, see who's around. Obviously not at full strength right now, considering I still have 5 minutes of growth left, and then some more before I'm adult, but I want to see what's around. I think I'm decently enough grown to defend myself against a good amount of stuff, or run away. Does Yuty have defense boost? Attack. Ah, got it. Yuty does not have a defense, so I thought it did. Yeah, you gotta love music. I don't have any on right now, but just having some stuff in your head, especially if it's a good song, is so nice. It's almost refreshing at land. Is this area actually empty? I don't see anyone here. Usually this is a huge hotspot. Well, since I'm already all the way up here, I might as well go check out Good Bull Lake. I forget what that sounds like exactly, but I know it's some kind of like wooden thing, like a wooden board or something. Well, that was a little bit of a weird graphical thing. And run a little bit. Can I get down here without taking damage? Yes. I do hate that the water replenish quests are 5 minutes each before they expire. It is very annoying. It makes sense because sometimes you want to go out of the area to get stuff to replenish the water, but it's still one of those why things. Very few people actively do them because they're just not fun. They're super time consuming and they give very little reward. Maybe that's why there's no one at Green Valley, because the water replenish quest is blocking off most of the other quests from starting up. Oh, there's some sand here now, nice. Only downside to having the stamina subspecies. My stamina regen's taking longer because I got more stamina. I'm gonna switch it out. But yeah. Let's just try balanced and see how that feels for stamina for a little bit. So it doesn't feel any different, then that makes sense because of the changes, and I can already tell that it's gonna feel different already. Only like 4 seconds of running, I can already tell. Yeah, that is a big difference. Like, I can already tell that the stamina goes down a little quicker. Does it actually go down a little bit quicker? Yeah, it does. I'm just genuinely surprised there's like no one out here. There we are. How many more do I don't know? 5,600. Just so I can get that skin. I'm gonna save it for Char because I like Char. Oh, there's another good skin. Python's still pretty good. Emperor's nice. Umbrel's not bad. Charis is okay. Char just like Tropic. Not bad. Badger, respectable. Rufus is pretty cool looking. I just like Prairie the most. Interesting. Oh, wrong button. Yep. Albino and melanistic. Even default Yuty looks decent. Where am I going from here? I guess I'll try and make my way over to Grand Plains to see what's going on. There is food here though. AI, they eat. I'm probably gonna fall over. Oh no, Pleiades. The reason I say oh no is because Pleiades tend to take a long time to kill. because unlike Didelphodons, which are also 3 hits to KO, Didelphodons are, what's it called? Well, Didelphodons you can hit much sooner after they come out of the burrow. And unlike rats, which are just genuinely quite rare, if not completely off this map at this point, Paleocenoa are also a 1-tap. Both of those two are 1-taps to KO. I do like the sand. The sand on this map is nice. Shellfish. Ah, so that expiring gave me another cluster of food. That's nice. And it's not a hard one too. Let's be real here. Lakeweed is generally a really annoying quest to do, but Big Quill is one of the only places that Lakeweed isn't awful. Unless you're really small, you're not gonna swim in the super shallow water. And there's a ton of it here. And that's all of these done. How many do I have? 6,300. Not quite now. 1,200 for 1,200 to unlock this, right? Yeah, not even 700 to unlock it. And I got enough to get to adult from growth now too. Wanted to see the Yuty stretch. But first I gotta get a little bit lower before I use the call. There we go. Just a little bit sad that the stamina buff is only a 30-second buff, but not terrible. Could be way worse. It's already really good, it just could be better. That reminds me. Yuty is very good in extended fights. Usually it's something that doesn't have bleed or venom. You don't want to be in an extended fight because, you know, it drains your resources and generally you're gonna have a harder time keeping your health up and all that. But Yuty has the advantage of having all of its buff calls. Hopefully there's nothing in the water. Hopefully I don't lose all my stamina for trying to cross. I'm not even crossing in the right spot. God damn it. I thought that this was down here. I thought that was going over there. Oh, I got these. That's something. Maybe I'll find a third pile of tiger that's right around here somewhere. Wait, stamina buff. Stamina back quicker. Sacrifice 10. Actually, the stamina pile is I like that trade-off on the team. As a trade-off, you give me 10% stamina into in a minute and a half cooldown on your call ability. You get 70% stamina refunded in 30 seconds. If you're trying. Hey, look at that. Well worth it. Not 70% refunded in total, but you know what I'm saying? It gives a good amount of stamina back. There's some Yutyranus. I need 100 more to get there. That's so sad. I'm gonna go mess with the critter burrow. Get some more food. I use a stamina call before I start digging though because it's off cooldown. There you go. Yutyranus. I did it a little too early. Oh well. I don't know the exact timing for when you can bite every critter. I just took a guess. Milk caps. Easy. More milk caps right around here? There should be somewhere. But there they are. But yeah, before we collect those, look at this goofy animation. Two very goofy animations for Yuty. There we go. Oh, there is a rock quest here, nice. Okay, no rocks here. There's termite mounds here too. Don't think there's a termite collection or an insect collecting quest, but it's good for insectivores. And there's free food here. Activate the call, get some standard region going while I'm digging the burrow up. This is a completely different burrow too. There's a lot of Paleocene burrows right here, which is the name of the lizard. What a green one. That one wasn't the Paleocene one not being able to be damaged there. That was just me straight up missing. Gotta remember, I have very unsteady hands. I don't remember. I don't know the actual medical term for something, but there is a medical term for. There should be a medical term for shaky hands, and I've always just called them tremors. Ever since I was like a newborn, I've had tremors in my hands, in my arms in general, where they're just trying to shake on their own a little bit. Doesn't really impact that much, but just kind of something. All kinds of quests being completed. Yeah, usually I'd either be not a huge fan of Yutyranus having Bone Break or another similarly speedy Predator having Bone Break like this. But Yuty's Bone Break is very inoffensive, let me just state that. So, I'm gonna do it for a demonstration. Yuty's Bone Break, I don't know how much it does this patch, but before this patch it did baseline 5 seconds in total. The most things, unless you were quite a bit smaller than Yuty, which it would do like 10 seconds, 13 seconds, something like that. 15-second cooldown. Well, that's a Salt Rock, okay. So they're on some of the hills. Now I gotta find flowers. There's some right over there, I can see the shadows. I think most people's biggest issue with Serrato was in a really weird spot before it got reworked. Serrato was pretty fast with its sprint and did good damage, while also having Bone Break and Bleed before it got reworked. And it was kind of an issue because Serrato was just really strong in packs, especially mixed packs. It ended up getting reworked, so it has a faster trot now, which is hugely helpful for it. So it doesn't need to use its very limited stamina pool to move around reliably. That's a Carna. Not a pick, no, but an actual Carnotaurus from the mods on this server. What else? Yeah, Serrato. Serrato with its rework should have lost its Bone Break on its charge attack, but that's okay. It's completely fine that it lost its Bone Break. It kind of needed to, because it was just a massive issue being able to spam it. They even further nerfed Serrato by decreasing how long it's, what's it called? My brain is failing me so bad right now. They decreased how long, well, they increased how long Serrato has for cooldown on its charge bite. Serrato's charge bite was originally like a 1 second cooldown on its head slot or a 2 second cooldown. Now it is a 5 second cooldown on its head slot. It's a nerf, but it keeps Serrato a little bit in check from just spamming the hell out of its charge bite, which does pretty solid damage. But I'd say losing your claw attack and your Bone Break for more survivability with, you know, a better trot, slightly better sprint speed, more actual more consistent damage with charge bite, and a straight up damage kind of deal. Well, damage idea. Passive damage reflection, which makes it only one of 2 carnivores to have that, the other one being picked now. This is a pretty substantial change, but I think it's for the best for Soretto. Because it changes it from being a generalist or insanely powerful patch support to being more of the tanky brawler it was originally designed to be, or originally envisioned to be. Where Soretto can definitely punch up, especially defense. Soretto can punch up to pseudo apexes and even some apexes. I'm sorry about the screen reflection. I gotta put my camera away from it so I can see, so that it doesn't blind anyone else. Also gotta get looking for food. Need to find a place to actually cross this river. The nearest crossing is probably here. This the damn waystone stuff is annoying. Restore water. Points toward the waystone. Nice. I don't think that's where the water restoration thingy is. Yeah, it's right over there. I can see it. So that's a bug. Yeah, blinding light. I was going to go that way, but I cannot. This is very precarious because I know if I fall down there, I will die. I might actually be stuck. Nope, got it. Yeah, that is still kind of a huge death trap, that waterfall. Damn reflection is so annoying. As far as I know, you can't turn them off either. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm walking right back into Titan's Pass. I kind of wanted to stay out of it for a little bit to see if I could get the water replenish quest, but I remembered I have to cut through here anyway, and it will just come back anyway. And I kind of want to get some of the quests, or at least one of the quests done here. It's hiding that. This area is bordering Birch Forest now, which is a lot bigger. I figured it was a Meg. I don't know if it wants to fight me. Yuty is pretty tricky to deal with for Meg. If I land a Bone Break, I can pretty much just face tank it to death. Even if it's a defense Meg and I'm spamming a Yuty. Just to be able to absolutely destroy it with a Bone Break. And unlike Bleed, Venom doesn't cut off my heal call. I definitely don't want to stay here for that much longer though. Because I don't know if that Meg's alone or with a group. Judging by the fact that it's hanging back, I'd say it's equally likely that it's either or. Actually, they're more likely that it's alone, because if it were in a group, it would probably be generic calling, which would be tongue flips. Across the river. Get out the bright light. Looks like I'm gonna be home side. Oh, we're gonna do that really quick. There we go. We're gonna sit down for a second, get some stamina back even quicker. Where did that stem go? That's not even sleeping, that's just sitting with the stamina buff. Flower delivery quest, unfortunate. And all my marks while I'm here, might as well. That way it's basically if I die, I die, I don't lose that much. It's a little bit bright, but the dot rays quite nice. Shaky shake. Yeah, that's that cave. I've seen a bunch of people go into that cave before. I just never remember. Yeah, I've been in that cave before. It's just been a while. This whole area did apparently get an update too. Feels like about a small one. This will probably be a floaty histrics, just they tend to be the ones that have these rock ends. Starting to figure out kind of what burrows for what critter, but again, it's not always perfect. Kind of janky, but we got it. This is a little bit harder than it looks like it to be. There is nobody. I don't see anybody or hear anybody. This one was actually nobody, just weird how quiet it is here. Because this is a hotspot. Usually even a bigger hotspot than a Green Valley. I think I did just see a tail over the ridge. Like a Dilo kinda. Without quite doing any call Dilos are a little bit dangerous to me, but still feeling kind of comfortable. It's because I'm pretty used to Yuty's bite hitbox just overall, despite not, you know, playing Yuty that much. It would take me long to get back into the swing of things. Most people are probably in Crater, which is just right over that hill. There's something eating. Not sure what it is, so my guess is probably a baby Novi, because I haven't heard Noviana that much. Noviana being a drake, which is a wingless dragon, basically. Drakes are kind of like fanged beasts, or what's it called? Root wyverns in Monster Hunter. Big, bulky, ground dwelling. Generally, they have physical advantages over dragons, whereas dragons have agility and speed on their side because they can fly. Or dragons and wyverns. I heard that. That's spooky for a second. You're in the baby Spino spawn in. Speed Spino too. It's one thing to play out your thoughts. Have small baby Spino, I'll have baby Spino drop from the sky right next to you. The loud thud. I am also almost certain that the diet I have on right now doesn't decrease my hunger drain, which is sugar tooth for some reason on Yuty. I don't like how very dark it's getting right now. I don't like that I'm hearing stuff. I don't like them hearing stuff that I can't see over the ridge. Tiger nuts, I can do that pretty quickly. Just say, usually there's tiger nuts all over this place. There's something kind of smallish, medium-sized. Here's something big too. It's a para. I don't actually know if Argent's enabled on the server right now, which is confusing. I didn't look all that closely, and my memory isn't that great for most of that kind of stuff. If I wanted to, that baby para would have already been dead. I just don't care enough to do the Hunt Herbivorm mission, because even though it gives a good amount of marks, I just genuinely don't care. It's one of those, if it happens, it happens things, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it. That's an aloe. I do think part of the reason why Argents are so rare at this point is because of Quetz, because Quetz currently has a collision bug with Argent where Quetz can hover directly above Argent and take no crash damage, but Argent will take a ton of damage. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on down here. An Aloe. Got a Das. There's a Sarco, obviously. There's a Yuty. Sarco sounds like it's in some trouble. He's already get bone broken. Multiple sarcos. It's a small Yuty too. Das was not being careful. That Sarco's one tap. Oh, no you didn't. That Yuty lived, wow. Sorry, be careful the other Sarco. It's two dead Spinos. He's getting tail shots. Ooh, I got lucky there, I got kind of stuck on him. Get my stamina up instead of healing. I'm still very good on health. They invite me to the group, I'll probably join. I think they were with the Dasa. Yeah. Oh. There you go, have a trophy little one. Sarcos are definitely on the other side of the river. Can't drink here though, that's unfortunate. I actually see one of the sarcos over there. Oh. It's a Quetz. Probably. These two fighting or not? No. I think they're just friends messing around. I'll be full helping you in no time. I did a pretty good amount of damage to those sarcos. One of them was definitely already really hurt. But the melanistic sarco was like literally like probably well above half. Almost killed it. Hopefully they don't decide to go for me. Not that worried about the DAS, surprisingly. I am more worried about the aloe. Just because aloe turns very good and aloe's very fast. DAS is fast too, but DAS you can juke around pretty easily, even with its full turn build. I'm going to go see if there's actual water in Crater. I doubt it, but you never know. If not, then I'm going up to there. I forget what it's called. Wilderness Peak, that's what it is. Then I'll get some water at Wilderness. Let's just get this moving pretty quick. There's actual water in here, awesome. Oh yeah, probably do something with Kentra. There is an Argent in here, ooh, another Yuty. Let's... Pretty sure I heard another one, but I don't know where it is. I think it's becoming day, awesome. 2 Yuties, a Novi, Argent Quetz, I heard a Dialo. The Argent's still small. Might just be a fresh sub. What the hell does that Dialo have in its mouth? Yeah, I just need some water. Then we're gonna probably demo a Kentro for a little while. Just give him a little, like, relaxed call. I just generally use the generic call instead of the friendly call. Just as an, I'm not friendly, but I'm not gonna attack you kind of deal. If I'm actually going to go for something, I'm either gonna threaten call or just straight up charge it. I don't mean use the ability either, I mean just run at it. It's Serrato? An aloe. Never mind, that's a Yuty. Just looked like an aloe where it was standing. Let's just head on out. But actually, it's been a pretty long stream. I think when I find a good place to end, I'll raid. I already got someone in mind to raid. Keep getting stuck because I'm only half looking. Just right up here should be a pretty good spot to log. Yep. Just sit on the rock. Right. Thank you to anyone that popped in for the stream at any point. Thank you to anyone that watches the VOD or the YouTube video, because this will be going up on YouTube soon. I do have a Discord that you can join if you wish to. What else? Anything else I have to say? Other than be kind, I don't think there's anything else that I have to say, so be kind.